My name is Faye and I am here with a lifelong wellness. But we'll start with the hands on the knees, lengthening through the back and just taking a few big deep breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose, filling all the way up from the belly to the top of the lungs. Relaxing back through the shoulders. Lengthening through that spine. And then let's just start doing a couple little circles with the nose. So warming up through that neck. Drawing circles with your nose. One way. And then switching directions. And then making those circles a little bit longer, dropping the chin down to the chest, keeping the shoulders back and down. Good, and holding the head over to one side and pressing the opposite hand down by the hip. So just trying to bring that ear down to the shoulder, keeping the spine long. And slowly roll the head to the other side. Lengthening through that neck. Good, and then bringing it back up to center, rolling out through those shoulders. Big breath in. We're reaching the crown of the head up high. On the next exhale, we're going to sweep the chest down all the way around. Inhaling up to the other side. And then switching directions. Warming up through the back, through the hips. Just making some big circles with that upper body. And the next one will come all the way up. Rolling out through those shoulders again. Placing your right hand down. Big inhale, left hand reaches up to the sky and then over to the right side. Inhale, switching hands. And exhale to the other side. Inhale and switch. Good, lengthening out through that side body. Excellent. Coming back into center, rolling it out. We're going to come onto the hands and knees now. So if you don't have some carpet or anything underneath, you can fold your mat over just to give some extra padding on the knees if you like. We're going to be on the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. Nice flat back to start. Inhale, we're going to lift up the chin and arch the back down. Exhale, rounding up. Tuck the chin under. Inhale. And out. Big inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine. Let's do some circles around those knees and the hips by moving that upper body in a big circular motion. Really pushing the hips over to the side. And then the other direction. Good. Coming back into center. Let's tuck the toes under in the back. So we get that nice toe stretch. Take your hands out a step forward. On an exhale, we're going to sit back towards those heels, stretching out those toes. Inhale, coming forward into a modified plank. So send the hips forward, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, coming back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. One more inhale forward. And back into that tabletop. Tops of the feet into the mat now. We're going to keep the hips nice and high and walk those hands out even further. Bringing the chest down towards the floor. Maybe the forehead touches the floor. Coming into melted heart. Breathing deep into those ribs. Big deep breaths, expanding through that rib cage. Then on an inhale, we'll rise back up. A little wiggle out through those shoulders. We're going to take the left foot forward and just bring it to the outside of the hand. So we're going to get nice and deep into those hips, dropping the hips forward in a nice low lunge. So if you like, you can put your hands on some blocks, or if you're feeling pretty bendy today, you can drop down onto the elbows. Try to soften through the shoulders and breathe into that right hip. Good. Inhale, we're going to send the hips back so they stack over that right knee. A hand on either side of that left leg and just extend it out in front. So nice long leg in the front, press the toes down, hands on either side of the leg. And think about bringing your belly button down to the thigh. Getting a good stretch into the back of the leg, but also through that front of the ankle, pressing the toes down to the floor. And then dig the heel and pull the toes up towards the body. And that's going to change the focus right into the hamstrings. Beautiful. Hands to the inside of that left front leg, and we're going to slide that left leg out to the side. So bringing the hands in line with the hips. Again, maybe you're on blocks. Maybe you can come down to the elbows, and we're looking at opening up through that left hip, So sliding down as low as it feels comfortable. Breathing into your hip. Down on the floor and don't really have a lot of room to tell them otherwise. Good. So we're going to bring the right foot forward. I'm just going to turn around so I've got a bit more room. So right foot forward, hands to the inside of that right foot, either on a block or maybe down to the elbows, and we're lengthening through that left leg. Slow, deep breaths. Every exhale, you should be able to get just a little bit deeper in. And then we're going to come back and lengthen that front leg. So press the toes down, hands on either side of the leg, again on blocks maybe, or hands down to the floor. Think about belly button towards the leg. Dig the heel down, lift the toes up, and feel that switch so the focus is now totally into those hamstrings. Wonderful. And then take that leg out to the side, hands come into the middle. And just try to lower down as far as it feels comfortable. Hands can be on a block or down on your elbows. Opening up through that right hip. Your breath is so important here, making sure you're not holding it. Wonderful. And then we'll bring that knee back in together. Big toes together, knees apart, and we're going to sit back on the heels and just lower down into our child's pose. So just taking a moment here just to relax through the hips, lengthen through the arms. And this pose is such a beautiful one to help relax and open up through the low back and the hips. Excellent. Kamina. We're going to come on to our seat. So sitting nice and tall, we're going to take the legs out to the side as wide as you feel comfortable. So you can do the splits if that's in your wheelhouse, or maybe not. We're going to turn the shoulders towards the left leg and slowly lower down. So again, trying to bring that belly button towards the thigh. Lengthening here inside that hamstring. Excellent. Coming back into center and heading the other direction. So turn the shoulders and slowly lower down. Every exhale gets us down just a little lower. And we inhale, coming back up. Rolling out through the shoulders, taking your left hand to the left thigh. Let's reach that right hand all the way up and over towards that left foot. Trying to stack the shoulders. Open up through the chest. Good, and then a big inhale and coming around to the other side, right hand to right leg, and big lift up and over. Breathing into those ribs. You may notice you've got a little bit more availability on one side than the other, and that's totally normal. Good, inhale, coming back up into center. We're going to slowly bring those legs back in together. Get them a little shake out. Good, and then coming back up. Hands back. So point your fingers towards the back of the mat. Open up the chest. Think about sitting on a beach somewhere and just feeling that sun on your face. Opening up the chest. Brilliant. Slowly bring the chest down to neutral. Having to lay down, we're going to bend at the knees. Soles of the feet on the floor. Head and neck come back. And then drop the knees side to side. Think of a windshield wiper motion. Bringing the knees up now and into the chest. So just hugging in nice and tight. Maybe a few rolls at the ankles might feel good. And then extending those legs all the way down. So nice and long, hands can be over the belly or maybe down to the floor. Relaxing through the back, maybe get a few shake out through the ankles just to make sure we're nice and settled into that floor. Let's take a few big deep breaths here before we end our practice. When you're ready, rolling onto one side. Taking a moment here, just on the side in that fetal position, maybe your arm under the head. A few big deep breaths. And then gently pressing your way back up to an easy seated position. Rolling out through the shoulders. Excellent. A few more head rolls side to side. And coming up all the way, shaking out through those shoulders. Awesome. I'd like to thank you once again for joining. I've absolutely loved teaching you guys. And hopefully we continue to chat and be friends. I would love for you to follow along on my fitness journey as well. So feel free to look me up and we'll chat soon. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.